Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving headfirst into the definitive guide to mastering Sabtech Mini ERP. If you've ever managed a growing business, you know exactly how fast those basic spreadsheets turn into an absolute chaotic mess, right? Well, today, we're looking at how a modular enterprise resource planning system, specifically Sabtech Mini, takes all that chaos and transforms it into a highly responsive, incredibly streamlined machine. It all boils down to one absolutely critical question. How do you actually connect your warehouse, your sales team, and your accountants into one seamless engine? For way too many businesses out there, these departments just operate in their own little silos. And that means lost data, missed sales, and honestly, just endless frustration. But what if you had an ultimate digital control room? Literally a single unified workspace tracking every single detail, from the moment a product gets ordered from a supplier, right up to the second it's delivered to a happy customer. To show you exactly how this works, we're going to follow a product through its entire life cycle today. Here's our roadmap. First, your digital control room. 2, building your master data. 3, purchasing and inventory workflows. 4, driving sales and revenue. 5, logistics, delivery, and returns. And finally, 6, analytics and system optimization. All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, your digital control room. The second you log in, your dashboard gives you an immediate pulse check on operations. Now, this isn't just some static screen. It's a live, breathing overview with real-time counters for your active customers, total suppliers, products in the catalog, and your total team members. But it goes way beyond just the numbers. It gives you these super handy quick-action shortcuts so you can fire off quotes or check low stock instantly. Plus, there's a live feed of recent transactions, meaning you know exactly what your team is up to at any given moment. Moving on to Section 2, building your master data. Think of master data like pouring the concrete foundation of a brand new house. You literally cannot build any workflows without it. This is where you actually configure your multi-branch operations and set up your physical warehouse locations. And that could be your main warehouse, a transit warehouse for moving goods around, or even a bonded warehouse for customs. This is also where you populate your entire product catalog. You'll set up your unique SKUs, base retail prices, and those absolutely crucial reorder levels so the system can tap you on the shoulder and alert you way before you run out of stock. And you know, a huge part of building that foundation is security. Sabtech Mini uses incredibly granular role-based permissions. Think specific flags like inventory.read or prices.approve. A pro tip here, always create these roles first before you invite your staff. It keeps your data totally secure from, well-meaning but curious clicks. Plus, it keeps their workspace super clean. That way, the moment a team member logs in, they only see the exact modules they're actually authorized to use. No distractions. All right, Section 3, purchasing and inventory workflows. Now, if you're kind of new to procurement, let's quickly demystify some of the jargon, starting with the LPO, or local purchase order. Honestly, this is just the document you send to a supplier when you want to request goods. In Sabtech, the magic happens when you select a supplier for an LPO. The system just automatically populates all their default payment terms and lets you set an expected delivery date. You hit confirm and boom, the system shifts it from a draft right into a confirmed purchase order that's ready for the supplier. So maybe a few days or weeks later, a delivery truck pulls up to your loading dock. And that brings us to the GRN, or Goods Received Note. The GRN is basically your official verification of the physical quantity you just received compared to what you originally ordered on that LPO. And yes, the system totally allows for partial receipts if some of your stock gets delayed. Once you confirm this receipt, the software automatically bumps up the stock balances in your receiving warehouse. So, putting all of this together gives us a pristine 4-step procurement pipeline. Step 1, you create the LPO. Step 2, the physical goods arrive and you generate the GRN. Step 3, you post the supplier invoice. And the best part? This system auto-populates this based on what you just physically received, totally saving you from tedious manual data entry. And finally, Step 4, you record the supplier payment, whether that's cash, bank transfer, or a check. It is literally a seamless engine, linking the very first order all the way to cash leaving your bank account. And since inventory is essentially just cash sitting on your shelves, Sabtech maintains an immutable audit trail. Every single stock movement, whether it's a purchase receipt, a manual stock adjustment because something got damaged, or transferring items between warehouses, is permanently stamped. It records the exact user, the date, the time, the quantity change, and it even links directly back to the reference document. It gives you a read-only ledger for absolute accountability, so absolutely no more mystery stock disappearances. That brings us to Section 4, Driving Sales and Revenue. Let's actually walk through the life cycle of a single customer transaction. Say it starts on day 1 when you issue a quotation to a prospective customer. Let's assume they accept it on day 3. Well, with just one click, you convert that quote directly into a confirmed sales order. Fast forward to day 4, your warehouse creates a delivery note to dispatch the goods, and simultaneously, you issue the official customer invoice. Finally, maybe on day 30, you record their payment, which immediately updates their ledger balance. The software literally drags the data through every single step, meaning you never, ever have to type the same information twice. But hey, what happens if a sales rep wants to offer a massive discount to close a deal? Well, Sabtech Mini prevents unauthorized price editing by forcing a very strict price approval workflow. Step 1, the user requests the price change, either for buying or selling. Step 2, they absolutely must specify a reason, like a manufacturer tariff hike or a volume discount. Step 3, a manager with the right permissions reviews the request. And Step 4, that manager either approves or rejects it. This whole process is absolutely crucial because it guarantees your profit margins are always protected from rogue discounting. Next up, Section 5, Logistics, Delivery, and Returns. If your company actually handles its own distribution, the Trips module is a total game changer. Instead of blindly dispatching a van for every single isolated order, you can consolidate a trip. You just select your vehicle and driver, link the starting warehouse, and search through your pending delivery notes. You can actually drag and drop to resequence multiple orders, building the absolute optimal delivery route. You dispatch the trip, and when your driver gets back, you just mark which stops were successful and complete the trip. This releases the driver for their next run, bringing massive efficiency to your fleet operations. And finally, Section 6, Analytics and System Optimization. So the reporting module gives you some seriously clear visual business intelligence. For instance, your overview dashboard features beautiful visual comparisons of your sales volume against your purchase volume over time. At a single glance, you can verify your operational cash flow. It's basically a quick sanity check to ensure that your revenue engine is actually outpacing your procurement spending. When you need to dig a little deeper, the system lines up several essential reports for you. If you need to know the total value of physical stock sitting in your warehouse right now, you just pull the stock valuation report. Want to find your top-selling items or spot some regional trends? You look at sales analysis. If you're trying to chase down unpaid debts, the customer statement hands you the complete ledger history. And of course, those low stock alerts tell you exactly what you need to be reordering today. Literally everything a manager needs is just one click away. Now, any good ERP needs to adapt to the real world. In your company settings, you can actually toggle exactly how strict the system is regarding your inventory. If you keep Allow Negative Stock disabled, which we call safe mode, the system absolutely prevents a sales order from confirming if it exceeds your physical stock. But if your specific business reality means you often sell goods the exact minute they arrive, way before the warehouse has time to officially log that GRN, you can enable flexible mode. This allows temporary negative stock balances, keeping your sales moving fast while the paperwork catches up behind the scenes. And that brings us to the Module Activator. The beauty of Sabtech Mini is that it's completely modular. So if you don't run your own delivery trucks, or if you don't use a formal purchasing system, you can just toggle those modules completely off. Doing that instantly simplifies the sidebar navigation for your entire team. You remain completely in control, making sure your digital control room is entirely distraction-free and laser-focused purely on the workflows you actually use. Well, we've tracked the entire life cycle today, from pouring that crucial master data foundation right through procurement, sales, and logistics, all the way to deep dive analytics. You now have a comprehensive understanding of exactly how this engine operates, so I want to leave you with this thought. You've mastered the life cycle from setup to sales, so which workflow are you going to optimize first to scale your business tomorrow? Dive right in, configure your workspace, and take control. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.